Hello, friends. It's Dallas, but you can call me Dals. And welcome back to Dals Chats, the podcast where I talk about whatever I want to whoever will listen. Oh my god, guys. Thank you so much for coming to my second episode. If you're new here, hi, hello. But if you're returning, thank you so much. Thank you if you're new here also. Um, yeah, I wanted to start this off by saying a very warm thank you to everybody who watched my very first episode. Um, it I did not expect it to go as well as it did. And that really means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the comments, the messages that I received. It was very, very sweet. Um, and it's really cool that y'all were rocking with me. Y'all fuck with me for real. No, but I really wanted to say thank you guys. It's kind of I was watching the video back when I was editing, of course, and I also watched it a little bit after, just to see how it was to perceive me, which was a lot. But when I was watching it, it kind of reminded me of when I was a kid, and my grandma, my dad's mom, is was my best friend in the entire world up until her passing. Love that lady down. Love you, Patricia. Love you, Patty. Um, it reminded me of the time when I was a kid and I would go to my grandma's house and I would sit on the arm of her recliner chair and I would just talk. Girl, I would yap that lady's ear off. And she wasn't the type to be like, girl, like I'm busy. I'm watching TV or I'm reading my book. She would put her book down. She would turn down the TV on the volume on her TV and she would just listen and she would respond back. And it threw me back to those days where I would just talk. I talk about anything and everything. And that kind of healed something in me a little bit, just a little bit watching that video back. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with how well it was received and how y'all took me in and you guys let me talk. Even if you only listened for a minute or if you listened to all 52 minutes of them, I wanted to thank you. With that being said, I did want to ask for some feedback. The very start of this video, I want to ask for some feedback just to help me make stuff that are not just enjoyable for me to watch and for me to make and create, but for you to listen and for you to enjoy. Um, do y'all like longer videos? Would y'all prefer it to be shorter? I was researching podcasting episodes and like the general consensus of people who are avid listeners. Um, and I found some people like 30 to 45 minutes is a good sweet spot for length of an episode. And I just put out a 52-minute episode. So I wanted to ask you guys. You guys let me know. Message me on Instagram, TikTok. Leave it in a little comment. Please, please, please. What do y'all want to see? How long would you sit and watch the video for? Listen to me for? What is more suitable for y'all? So I can apply that to future episodes. I can shorten them. I can make them longer. Well, not that long. Maybe like an hour. An hour would be my cap. 30 minutes is a good minimum. So let me know, do you prefer short-term videos, long-term, help you do chores around the house, just listen to me talk? Let me know. I think it'd be really valuable information just for like going forward. I don't want to like make y'all sit through an hour. Not that you guys are gonna have to sit through it. You can leave. I'm just kidding. But I don't want to like create stuff and you guys are just like, okay, another hour long video from this girl. Let me come back when she makes a 30-minute. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just let me know in the comments below if you wouldn't mind. And I will apply it going forward for future episodes. A new thing I want to do, if you can't tell, I have my nails done. I want to do a nail cam. Now, nail cam. Look at that. Guys, oh, so spring. Look at her. And then look at these ones. They're different because the colors are on the different fingers. What the fuck is that? Hey, my nail's dirty. Look at that. Oh my god, guys, spring. Spring's here. I don't know when spring starts. When does spring start? Spring, what did I say? Laptop down here reminding y'all. When does spring start? Oh, so it's just gonna take forever to fucking sign me in. Right. Guys, technical difficulties. It doesn't matter when spring starts. Nail cam is the new thing I want to do because I get my nails done regularly every few weeks. And I think it'd just be cool to show y'all my set of the month. Um, so that's not gonna happen every video because next video and the video after, I believe, I'm gonna have the same set. So it's gonna be like, okay, girl, I just saw those. But going forward, like every few weeks, you'll get a new nail cam. These are the flavor of the week. I thought they're cute. Um, you know that feeling when you get your nails done? It's either like a hit or miss. Like you love them like on first glance or you hate them. I wasn't either. So I guess there's a secret third option. Secret third option. I wasn't like blown away, but I didn't fucking hate them. I would never like get something done that I hated and just left them on. I would have been like, "Hey, girl, I'm not feeling these. Can we do something a little different?" But like upon first glance, I was like, "Okay, like they're cute, like they're like springy." Now I'm like, "Oh yeah, like these are the moment, right?" So love these. My computer's not even letting me sign on, guys. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Right, right. Oh my god, I have all the screenshots on my computer. My computer from the Hear Me Out video. That's so funny. When is spring? When does spring start? Never? Does the calendar not tell you? Am I losing my mind? Spring 2026. September 23rd? Are we serious? No. What? Am I being like, hey, I'm being pranked. Hey, I'm being pranked. Are we dead ass? March. Oh, no. Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's the southern hemisphere. Girl, I'm not there. Am I? No. It's March. March 20th. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, so when this video comes out, happy spring! Guys, happy spring. Happy first day of spring. Oh my god. Wait, you guys. And if you cared, today's St. Patrick's Day for me. I'm filming this on Tuesday, the 17th of March. So tell me happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I'm wearing green. Don't pinch me. Okay, let's talk about that. Why pinching? That's like the cruelest form of punishment is a pinch. You mean to tell me you're gonna grab my skin? No, don't piss me off. Actually, that's what I hated as a kid. I love the novelty of St. Patrick's Day. It's just a fun little like who gives a fuck? You know, you wear green, that's cute. But if you don't wear green and bitches go around pinching you, oh no. No, I'm over it actually. Hey, I'm good. You're not pinching me because now I'm gonna have to punch you. And now you're mad. And now you're mad. And now I'm in trouble because I socked you in the face because you pinched me. No, we're not doing that. So yeah, I'm wearing green. Don't think about putting your fingers on me and pinching me. Um, maybe next time. No. Sorry, I projected a lot of my trauma there. I hated that in school. Why did they do that? Fuck you. Don't piss me off. Anyway, um, okay. There's something else I wanted to tell you guys. Was there? I don't know. I thanked y'all. That was the first thing I wanted to do. I asked for feedback. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that was it. Oh my god, guys, look at us. Look at us. I'm already getting down to the nitty gritty, and it's only 8 minutes in, guys. Oh, she's growing. She's growing. She sure is. So today I want to talk about childhood stories. I want to give y'all story time. I want to do the Gabby Hanna of it all, and give y'all bitches a story time. I have a few ready. That's what I have here right in front of me. Just like as a kid, and then maybe if like I want to like fill in the time, like a little filler, I'll do like retail horror stories. Because if you guys don't know, I worked at Walmart for 6 years. Worked at Walmart for 6 years. I was a manager for 3 of those years, and I got some stories to tell you. Let me tell you, I got some stories. So maybe we'll end up on Walmart stories, but I guess we can just get right the fuck into it. I really don't have anything else to tell y'all. Happy spring. I hope you guys are wonderful. I hope your weekend was wonderful. Your week, and I hope this weekend is wonderful for you because you're seeing this on Friday. Yeah, last video I watched myself, obviously. I wiped my nose a lot. Hey, kind of fucking gross. Hey, that's gross. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again, but I have a tissue. I have a tissue because I have makeup on. And if that's gross to you, I'm so sorry. You can we can like fight about it, I guess. We can square up, I guess. Um, but my nose is always running, guys, and I have allergies and it's pissing me off, and I'm just ugh, I'm over it. I'm over it. My nose is always running, and that might be like a medical issue that I might have to go see a doctor for, because my nose is never not running. Um, but it's amplified now because my allergies are super fucking bad, and I refuse to take anything for them because I am a fighter. And above all else, I don't want to take Benadryl or Zyrtec because I don't want to get sleepy. So yeah. So if I have my tissue and I'm wiping my nose just a little bit, guys, look away. Look away. If that bothers you, look away. Don't even look. Look right. Look away right now. Look away right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, but like my last video, I was wiping my nose crazy style, girl. Oh my god, it was pissing me off. So I'm sure it pissed y'all off. So I wanted to apologize. I wanted to start this off by saying sorry. Um, okay, let's just get into the stories. Oh, another thing. Look at me. I also wanted to ask you guys. I have an idea for a podcast episode. It's similar to story times in the sense that it's story times. But they're when I'm high. And I thought, what if I got high? Now that I'm saying it out loud, it kind of sounds stupid, but like, what if I got high for an episode and I told you guys all the stories of me being high? And we can have like a good old laugh about it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Message me if that's a stupid fucking idea and if I should workshop it. Um, I do have all of my ideas for the first 10 episodes laid out already. So that was just like a thrown in there, you know, for any future episodes. But if that's something that you think would be funny and we would have a little hee hee ha ha laugh about it, let me know. Okay, so let's get into the story times. They're gonna be all over the place in terms of like age and stuff. I tried to keep them relatively like the same timeline all the way down. Um, but yeah, first one is, I don't know how old I was. I was very, very young. So me remembering this story is kind of crazy. Um, I couldn't have been older than 4. And so I'm gonna start the story out with the scene where I was, everything. This is gonna be a ghost story. So get you a little blanket if you're scared. Turn on the light if it's dark. It's gonna be my first interaction with a ghost when I was young, and something that has been stuck with me for a very, very long time. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. So I couldn't have been older than 4 around this time of this story started. So just keep that in mind. I'm very, very young, but I have a very clear recollection of it. I don't know how, but I can like, as I tell you the story, I can see it happening in my brain. I grew up in a little town called Fort Lupton. If you guys are not Colorado people, or if you are a Colorado person, but you're like, what the fuck is that? I've never been there. It's because it's a small town. It's one of those towns where you can just drive through it, and then the rest of it is literally the countryside. Um, and I grew up for the most part in the countryside. My grandpa gave my dad his little house that he had in the boonies, um, and just gave it to him. And that's where I grew up until I believe I was in kindergarten. Yeah, so I grew up there. Um, it's this little house, and when I tell you it's in the countryside, I mean it. It's you. So from the city, from the little town in Fort Lupton, you drove all the way to the country, and then the road turns into a dirt road, and then on this dirt road, you drive another like 5-6 miles um, on the dirt road, and then you get to our house. So no neighbors. We don't have any neighbors. I think our neighbors were like 6 or 7 miles. Sorry, 6 or 7 miles away. So like it's literally just our little house in the countryside. Our whole driveway was like gravel, it was dirt, it was rocks. This is very important to the story. Just by the way, that's why I'm laying it out for you. And this house, it was a cute little house, but it was haunted. And not haunted in the way where there's like a few bumps in the night and like you hear like a little knock, or no, I mean it was a consistent like, there was knocking on the doors, on the windows, there was constant footsteps, there was giggling and laughing, that couldn't otherwise be explained. Like it was intense. And it, if you think of like, if you've seen the Paranormal Activity movies, it very much was that type of activity in the house. um where it was just consistent and it was always happening and it couldn't have been explained, you know? Maybe like there was some, like if you heard laughing, maybe like the TV was on, or if you heard like a thud, like maybe, you know, something outside. But like truly, genuinely, I believe that this house to be haunted. Um, and those were all of my experiences being in the house, right? Was just a haunted house. And so this particular night, it was nighttime. I believe it was like sometime in the summer because I remember this night we were up pretty late at night. Um, and we wouldn't normally do that if it was a school night. So I'm assuming it's in the summer. And my dad actually went to my grandma's house to stay the night because his job site that he was supposed to be working at the next day was a lot closer to my grandma than it was to us. Because my grandma lived like 30-35 minutes away from where we lived. So for my dad to have to make that drive, it'd probably be like up to like 45 minutes to an hour for him to drive to that job from our house versus like a 10-minute drive from my grandma's house. So he was like, you know, I'm just going to stay the night here, just for the night, and then, you know, finish the job tomorrow, come back home. So this particular night, it was me, my mom, and my sister, and we were all in my parents' room because, mind you, haunted house. We did not like sleeping alone in our rooms. It was very, very scary. I never slept alone in my room ever. I don't think, in that house in particular, because it was very scary, and I would always have bad dreams, and I would end up in my parents' room anyway. So we were staying the night with my mom in her room, and we're watching TV, and I don't know. The show doesn't even matter. We're watching TV, and all of a sudden we hear like scratching at the door. But like, mind you, we're used to occurrences. And we also had a dog and we had a cat in the house. The dog was actually inside our room. He was sleeping. So we're like, okay, it's not the dog. Like we looked over, the dog's sleeping, like, okay, it might just be the cat outside trying to get inside, whatever. The scratching just keeps going. And we're like, okay, like, you know, we're ignoring it, like whatever. Um, And then all of a sudden, you just hear like a faint cry. And it sounds like a little girl crying. And it's like quiet, like little, like me trying to simulate crying. Think of crying, girl. Just like little sobs. And that's when my mom's like, what the fuck is that? And so like we're listening to it more intently now because it's not just scratching, it's scratching accompanied with crying. And so my mom's like, huh. And she looks over at me because I'm the little girl in question, right? I'm the little girl in the house. I'm fine. You know, we're not watching like a sad movie, or I'm not scared or anything. So I'm not crying. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. So my mom turns down the volume on on the TV. And that's when, bitch, the crying and the scratching intensifies. Now it sounds like there's clawing at the door, like actual clawing. And the little girl is wailing. She's screaming. She's sobbing. It is so fucking loud. And it feels like it's going on for hours. It's probably going on for like 30 seconds, whatever. But it feels like it's happening for an eternity. And we're just frozen in like fear. We're just like looking at each other. It's like this little girl screaming, crying, clawing at the door. It feels like the door is gonna like fucking cave in. Like it was scary. And so we're like stood in fear, right? And my mom, mind you, she is a woman alone with her two children, her two daughters in this house, right? So she's thinking on her feet. She decides she's going to explore and explore in the way that she's like going to catch the fucking culprit of who's in her house and bothering her and her kids at nighttime, right? So she gets up. I get up with my mom. I'm going with my mom. I don't care. I'm not staying in that room for that little ghost girl to come get me. No, thank you. So we get up. She grabs a baseball bat and a flashlight, and that's when our dog, my dog Rambo, oh, I love that dog. It was a big chocolate lab, but his fur wasn't brown. It was black. Anyway, he gets up with us, and she unlocks the door. At this point, when my mom gets up, the crying, the scratching stops immediately. And it's like, okay. So she grabs a baseball bat, grabs everything. She unlocks the door. It was she was hyping herself up while she was doing it. It was very funny in hindsight. But she's like hyping herself up. She opens the door. And mind you, like I said, we live in the countryside. So regardless of like if there's any like light on in the house, there wasn't. It's pitch black. Pitch black inside, pitch black outside. The only light that's shining through our windows is the moonlight. And so my mom has the flashlight. She's going around the house. So the layout of the house, my parents' bedroom is at the very back of the house, and I believe like to the left is a bathroom. No, yeah, there's a bathroom. To the right there's a laundry room. So my mom goes into the bathroom first. She checks, inside the bathtub. She's looking in the cabinets, whatever she's looking, there's nothing there. We go into the laundry room, looking in the washer and dryer. That's where we find the cat. The cat's asleep. Okay, just keep that in mind. So it couldn't have been a little kitty cat. She's sleeping. um Laundry room's cleared, so we keep walking. There's like, what we're walking through now, it's like a second living room, you could say, but we didn't use it for that. I don't even know, I think it was like a computer area, like they had like the desk and stuff, whatever. We go through this area, and that's where me and my sister's bedrooms are, connected to that room, on the right. So my mom checks the bedrooms, checks our closets, checks whatever. Nothing. So we keep going. We go into the kitchen. There's nothing in the kitchen, the living room. The whole house is empty, bitch, except for me, my mom, and my sister, and my dog and my cat. Okay. So my mom's like, what the fuck? Like, what could this have been? So the last place to check is outside, of course. Now, remember what I told you. Our driveway essentially is like rocks. It's dirt, rocks, gravel. Okay. So when you step on it, you can hear it crunching. We step outside. Moonlight is shining, girl. Full moon. Moon is out. We come outside. My mom has the flashlight still, and there's nothing outside. As soon as we walk just a little bit past the door, we stop. I hear footsteps running towards the end of the fucking drive. Oh my god, I hear it clear as day in my mind. Running, like sprinting. And like I said, like these are crunchy, like you can hear the rocks when you're running, when you're walking, anything. And I hear the sound of footsteps running towards the end of the driveway. And I'm like, and as soon as I hear that, we had a dog that was outside. As soon as I heard that, the dog wakes up and starts barking at nothing. Nothing's connected to these footprints, bitch, that I'm hearing. There's no feet. There's nothing there. But I just hear running, the dog's barking, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. But it ran away. It ran away. I don't know if my mom heard it, but she heard their dog barking. She's like, okay, let's go inside. The dog probably scared it off. Go back inside. I don't remember anything after that, but I do remember the fear in which I felt, and I think we ended up moving shortly after that, I believe, because that was it was quite literally, I'm not even kidding, the most intense experience I've ever felt dealing with a ghost. Like that's been my experience since. I've heard like a couple things that I could like explain off, but that, like, are y'all skeptics? Are y'all believers in that sort of stuff? That when that happened to me, I have to believe, because there's no way that a person could have gotten to our house, first of all, because we're miles away from the city. Second of all, get into our house and just fuck with us, right? And for us to not even see them leave inside the house or leave the house, it fuck gives me goosebumps. I don't like thinking about it. But yeah, very real ghost story that happened. I can attest to that. My mom can attest to it. My sister can definitely attest to it. I don't think I exaggerated anything. I think that's everything that I can remember very clearly, because it happened clear as day in my brain. But yeah, are you guys skeptics? Were you skeptics and now you're kind of believing because of that story? Let me know. So yeah, that's my ghost story that happened. I was very young when it happened. Um, Now we're gonna go on to the time that I drowned. Well, I didn't drown, um, but I was drowning in a public pool, and I got yelled at for it. Now you're thinking, why would you get yelled at? Let me fucking tell you, okay? I don't remember how old I was. Um, Fuck. I wish I remembered how old I was. I I was still at elementary school age, so like before like 11, but I wasn't like 9 yet, because I don't think I moved to Commerce City yet. So I think I still lived in Fort Lupton. Had to have been up until the age of 8. Okay. My cousin went to a very, very, very nice school, and she graduated with her PhD. And the school, the campus, invited the families of the graduates to the campus, to have like a party for like all like the graduate students. I think it was like for a specific um uh group of students that graduated, because it wasn't like hella fucking families coming, right? But it was like enough for like a certain group of kids. And so my cousin obviously invited us and whatever. Yeah, of course she invited us. Whatever. We go to this campus, and I this campus had a big ass pool. They had a pool, and so me and my younger cousin, who was the brother of my cousin who graduated, he's a year younger than me. So he's probably like seven, and I'm 8, or like somewhere around there. And we decide to go to the pool. I don't know how to swim. He doesn't know how to swim, but he has floating devices. He has little arm floaties, he has a life vest, and he has pool noodles. So I have nothing. I have my bathing suit. I have my bathing suit and a dream. And so my aunt, not related to us by blood, but like a family friend, we call her our aunt. She was like, okay, like I'll come watch you guys, supervise while you guys go swim. We're having a blast. We're having fun, girl. We're like in the shallow end. It's very fun. And you guys know a pool. There's a shallow end and there's a deep end. The way it was set up, the shallow end, like the 3 feet to 5 feet, was on the inside. So it was like inside, and then there was like a little wall that you can go under, and then it takes you outside to where the deep end is at. So just to give you a layout of the pool. We're inside, of course, because we're on the shallow end. We don't know how to fucking swim, girl. So we're not outside. We're inside. And we're having fun, we're playing little pool games, Marco Polo, we're playing the color game, we're having fun. And me and my cousin, we realize from the 3 feet to the 5 feet, there's a little dip in the floor. And that's because it's going deeper. And we thought it was funny. It was funny as hell to like, whoop, I didn't fall. Whoop. Like, a little whoop, didn't fall in. Yeah, we kept doing that. We kept fucking around. And I found out because I slipped, and I slipped underneath the water. And I'm drowning. My head's going in and out. I'm like fighting for my fucking life. And my cousin is he's right in front of me. He's where his feet are planted into the floor. Or no. Yeah. And he's floating with his floating devices, mind you. So my mind, I'm like, if I grab onto my cousin, I can pull myself back onto the floor and I can get my footing, right? So I think to do that. I grab my cousin, and mind you, I'm still fucking drowning. I'm bobbing in and out of the water. My aunt, I don't know if she's blissfully unaware of the fact that I'm drowning or what, because she's not helping me at all. So I'm grabbing onto my cousin, and he's afloat. His head's above water. The most that I'm doing is pulling him just to make sure I can get my body and I can get my footing on this floor. I think my aunt sees him like being pulled back a little bit, and that's when she clocks that he's drowning. What? He's the one drowning. And she starts yelling at me. From what I can hear, every time my head's going like outside of the water, she's yelling at me, "You're drowning him. Dallas, stop. You're drowning your cousin." And in my mind, I'm the one that's drowning actively. I'm actively going in and out of the fucking water. And she's yelling at him. So eventually I can feel the floor just a little bit, and so like I'm like doggy paddling, I'm doing whatever I can, and at this point I finally find my footing. My aunt throws a life ring to my cousin, to my cousin, to the one who's afloat, who's not fucking drowning. She throws it to him, and he grabs it gracefully. He's like, oh my god, he's very thankful that she threw a life ring to him. He grabs it, and I saved myself from drowning. I saved myself because I got my footing back, and I'm back in the shallow end, and I'm like like fucking dying, girl. There's water in my lungs, it's water in my nose and my eyes. I'm going through it. I come out of the pool because now I'm scared, and I get yelled at. She yelled at me because I was drowning my cousin. No, ma'am. I was drowning. He was afloat, and I was trying to save my life. I was trying to save myself. No help, no thanks to you. No thanks to him, because he didn't really do anything. He just got the sympathy points because it looked like he was drowning. No. Sorry, I'm getting heated now because I remember that story clear as day and it happening, and I could have fucking drowned. Could have died because no sense of urgency for my life, but for his, who had Not one, not two, but three floating devices keeping him afloat, and I had nothing. Pissed me off. I get out of the pool, I go to my parents, I'm crying. I'm like, I just drowned, I just drowned. I'm like, you're fine. No, I drowned. I drowned, and no thanks to anybody but myself. And yeah, now I know how to swim in a public pool. Thank you for asking. But that was the very scary moment of when I got yelled at for drowning. Sorry. I'm mad. I have to like count to 10 in my head right now because I'm very heated. That one always gets my gears going because it pisses me off. What do you mean he's drowning? Let me take a drink of my low coffee. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Guys, I had a sip of coffee. I'm okay. Yeah. We're going to move on. Oh shit. Okay, I thought I messed up my lipstick. We're going to move on to the third grade. Now we're getting up there. Okay, so this story, I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with me. I was just there. It has something, it has everything else to do with someone else. I will not be saying names. Obviously, I won't be naming any names for the anonymity, just to keep people anonymous in this story. But I will be telling this one. I will be telling this one. It happened in the third grade. Um, we were in class. It was the point in class where we grabbed all of our desks and we formed them into this big circle around our teacher. Not around. The teacher was like in the middle. We had all of our desks like around. So the teacher was within the circle, not inside of the circle, if that makes sense. And it was like basically like the reading portion of class, and we would like popcorn read this story, um, and just have a grand old time. I don't the details are very foggy for me. Um, but it's not about that, okay? I just wanted to set the scene for you. We're in this circle, we're reading a story. It goes to like this one girl, she popcorns it to this other kid. While this kid is reading his paragraph, all of a sudden this kid, it's like three desks away from me, he pushes his desk towards the middle of the circle, like full pushes it, pushed it right to like right in front of him, arm's length. He puts his head down, throws up, projectile vomits all over the floor. And the reason why it's so clear and in my mind, not only because the force at which he pushed his desk or that he's throwing up, it was the sound it made. It sounded like a train going past, like a horn, like a train horn, just consistently. That's so mean. I'm sorry to this kid. I hope he's doing well. He probably cured, I don't know, he's carrying something, but he was throwing up crazy style, and it sounded like a train is all I can explain, like the sound of it. It was very scary, and it was going on for like a a pretty minute, a hot second. He was throwing everything up. His his dinner from the night before, his breakfast, and his lunch, he was throwing. I'm sorry, that's gross. Throwing up, girl. And it's just going everywhere. And oh my god, I remember it. I was so scared because I wasn't like super close, but like I was close enough to like see it and smell it. Oh my god, it was awful. He was throwing up bad, and after he threw up, the teacher was like, "Okay, go go to the nurse, go to the nurse's office. You can go home." He takes the kid to the nurse. He calls the janitor, and the janitor has to clean it up. We're done pretty much for the day. He's like, "Okay, guys, we're done. Just read that. Read read the rest of that when you get home, and answer the questions on the assignment, whatever." And I remember this very clearly, and why like I I resonate with this kid is because something very similar happened to me in the first grade. And this is the connection to my story time. It was the first grade, the very first day of school, the the first day of school, right? We're we're in class, and I kind of wasn't feeling good that day, but growing up in elementary school, at least, I did not go to school. I hated school. I hated going. I remember this is so bad. I remember one year specifically, I had 147 absences. girl, what? And it was all because I faked being sick. And my parents just went with it. But this day, I was really sick. I was actually sick. The girl who cried wolf. And my mom was like, no, you're going to fucking school. I don't care. I don't care what it is. You're going to school. So I'm like, okay, if you get a call from the nurse's office, I don't want to hear nothing, right? So I go to school for like the first like part. I'm okay. I'm trucking along. Like I don't feel good. I'm not feeling good. And there was we had like a reading corner where we all sat down and like the teacher read to us. My tummy's turning. My tummy is a turning, girl. I don't know what it is, but I was not feeling good. And like my tummy's rumbling and like people are looking at me weird cuz like you can hear it obviously. Um but I was like, just make it to lunch. Make it to lunch and you can eat something. So lunch comes and it's before we even can make it to the cafeteria. We have to line up at the door in a single file line and before we could be released to lunch. We're in this line and it feels like we've been in this line forever. At this point, I'm standing up. I'm a little dizzy. I'm a little lightheaded and I have the bubble guts. I am nauseous and I'm feeling it. And so I'm trying to hold it down, trying to hold it down. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I can't. I throw up onto the floor, in front of everybody, onto the floor, throwing up. It was like a cute little. It was a cute little puddle. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't like that kid that threw up all of his lunch. Um, but I threw up all over the floor, and I'm crying. I'm sobbing because I'm embarrassed. Not only am I sick and I don't feel good, I'm embarrassed on top of that because I threw up in front of everybody. And my teacher decided to make that a moment in time where she's like, oh, she what's that called, like, fuck, she made me the moment. And where she had to remind everybody in front of me right after I threw up, like, oh, class, remember, if you don't feel good and you feel like you're gonna throw up, the trash can is right here. Comedically pointed to the trash can that was like a foot away from me. She's like, the trash can's right here. Please make it to the trash can. After I threw up and I'm embarrassed and I'm crying. Hello? Are we dead ass? You had to make that a moment for yourself. What did that do for you? She that bitch. That the gall of that bitch. She really was like, class, if you ever feel sick, the trash can is right here. Girl, fuck you. I couldn't make it. Now what? Now what? Now clean it up. Can I go to the nurse now? Can I call my mom? Yeah, that throwing up is embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. I hate doing it. I hate the act of it. It makes me uncomfortable. It's throwing up in general pisses me off. I don't like doing it. So like throwing up as a kid in front of everybody is so fucking embarrassing. Um and for your teacher to make you the spectacle of the day. Fuck that bitch. You're the adult in the situation. I'm sitting here crying and you're like, "Oh, the trash can's right here." Huh? Fuck you. Fuck her. I almost said her name just then, but I won't. I refrain. Anyway, we're moving on because now I'm getting mad again. We're doing a drastic jump from the third grade to high school. um, okay, stay with me, you guys. This is 2016. Set the scene for you. 2016 is a movement for makeup. If you weren't there, you don't get it. You don't get it. But the girls that get it, they get it. And I was in high school. And I feel like in high school is a prime time to truly like experiment with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I experimented the most. And it didn't help that there was YouTube and makeup tutorials of really bold makeup looks. Um and this specific time, I'm 15, mind you. I'm 15 years old. I'm a sophomore in high school during 2016, and I had worn makeup up to this point, but I only wore like a little eyeliner, a little mascara, and maybe a gloss or a lipstick. But never a full face beat, right? So in 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 sophomore year, is when I was experimenting. I was doing the full B, I was doing contour, I was doing highlighter, I was doing my eyebrows, I was doing fun eyeshadow, I was doing eyeliner, I was doing the whole nines, girl. And I was waking up at 4:30 every morning to do all that just to go to school, right? So this one day, this had to have been so early on into the year. This one day, it actually wasn't in school. I didn't go to school like this. But it was during the weekend because I was with my mom. Lore drop, my parents divorced when I was in the 5th grade. So my mom had gotten me every weekend um, since then, and up until, of course, when I was 18. And so I remember this being the weekend because I was at my mom's house. And my mom had makeup. So I'm playing in my mom's makeup and I do this really bold look. I'm gonna insert a picture here if I could find it. I do this really bold look and I'm feeling my fucking oats, girl. I'm feeling it. So I post the picture on Facebook. I make it my profile picture. Oh, it was everywhere, girl. Um, very, very, if you see the picture, very harsh eyebrows, very blocky. Eyeliner on fleek. Eyeliner still on point, but that eyeshadow, oh, it was rough. It was a rough one. And I remember later that night after posting that picture, I got a message from an account. Now, it wasn't an account I recognized. Um but it basically, like, it was a thread of messages. It was like, you don't know how to do your makeup is so busted, you have caterpillar eyebrows, your eyeshadow is harsh and unblended, that eyeliner is on fleek though. And I remember reading it, I'm like, what the hell? I was like, who the hell is this? Because it was like a fake account. Obviously, it had like a stupid fucking name, no picture, no friends on it that was mutual to me. And they were just bullying me. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what did I do to you? And so I'm like re-examining the picture. I'm like, girl, I look good as fuck. Delusional, but I look good as hell. I was like, you're not gonna tell me anything. And I remember crying a little bit. And my mom telling me, like, girl, you're fine, like your makeup looks good, whatever. So I remember that. I was like, damn, these girls really don't fuck with me, right? So that happened over the weekend. Weekend goes past and it's Monday. Go back to school. And it was lunchtime because I was standing in line to get my lunch. And I'm minding my business. I didn't really have like a group of friends yet at this point. So like I rode solo. I was riding solo. I'm in the line for lunch. And this girl behind me taps me on the shoulder. And I knew this girl. Um, I knew her because we went to the same elementary, the same middle, and the same high school. So like obviously I knew her, but like we weren't friends. We were like, we just knew each other, right? She taps me on the shoulder and she was like, Dallas, do you know those two girls over there? And she points like towards like the exit of the cafeteria, like by the doors. And it's like it's these two girls I don't recognize. And I'm like, no. I was like, why? And she was like, oh, like they're talking a lot of shit about you. They say that they want to jump you. And I'm like, me? Little old me, what did I do? And they're like, yeah, they're saying like some fucked up things about you. And I was like, what? They're like, she was like, they're saying like how you're kind of ugly, like you have caterpillar brows. Like they're going in. I was like, caterpillar brows. Pause. Why does that sound familiar? I was like, oh, those two. Like I remember looking and I pointed at them because they were looking at me and laughing and giggling. So when she said that, I was like, those two, like looking at them. And she was like, oh my God, don't point, don't point. And I was like, no, them. And then she was like, yeah, them. I was like, they want to jump me. Like saying it out loud, yelling it, announcing it. Like they want to jump me. She was like, yeah. And like the girls, like they looked at me and they're like giggling and laughing. And then they walk out. And I'm like, okay, so they didn't want to jump me. They didn't want to fight. They don't want the smoke. They didn't want the smoke. But I was like, okay, so now I know who that fake account was. So I go home that day from after school and I was like, I'm gonna message this fake account. I was like, why didn't you want to fight me? I was like, didn't you guys want to fight me today? And then they're like talking like whatever shit they want. I was like, and that's why you're behind a fake account, girl. Clocked that tea. I was like, that's why you're behind a fake account, pussy, pussy. And they blocked me. They blocked me after that. Period. They were like two freshman girls. It pissed me off. I found out after one of the girls was a girl that my boyfriend in the 8th grade cheated on me with. Because they went to school, they went to the same middle school. I didn't go to their middle school, but me and my little boyfriend were dating, and I found out he cheated on me with her, and that's how I recognized her. how I recognized her name. The other girl was really, really was the cousin of a girl I was becoming really, really close with. And so I thought that was always weird. I was like, damn, do they talk about me like behind my back and shit? But yeah, that's a story of when I had my little makeup done and these two girls made a fake account and started bullying me. And then whenever they said they wanted to smoke, I pulled up and they didn't want to smoke. They didn't want to smoke anymore. Yeah, I think about that day. I remember that one girl, the one that my boyfriend cheated on me with. She ended up apologizing to me. She apologized to me when I was like a senior, I think. So she was like a junior. She was like, Dallas, I'm so sorry for like everything that I said to you, like when I was a freshman, blah 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 blah. I was like, okay. I was like, it's cool, whatever. Um, yeah. The other girl didn't say shit, but that's why she's pregnant now. Sorry, that's not funny. But yeah, that's the story of when those girls bullied the hell out of me. Um, I feel like that's all the story times I have from growing up. I feel like I have so many more. But those ones really stick out to me because I think about them a lot. If you couldn't tell, because I recounted them so well. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I might tell my retail horror stories. Oops, sorry, move the camera. My retail horror stories in a later video, just because that could be a whole episode within it of itself. I just wanted to throw them in there just in case this video needed some filler. But maybe I'll do like my Walmart retail stories in a future episode for y'all if that's what you're interested in. Um, yeah, let's get into the word of the day. If you don't know, this is the closing segment of the show where I find a fun word and we learn out the meaning. Um, I found out, I think the New York Times does word of the day every day, and so does Merriam-Webster. Should we do both of them? Guys, let's do both of them. Okay, let's do New York Times day first. Word of the day for the 17th of March. Adverse. Oh, it doesn't tell you the meaning. I know what the meaning is, though. I know what the meaning is, guys. Preventing success or development. Harmful. Unfavorable. Wow, thank you, New York Times, for the word of the day. It says literally the word has appeared in however many articles. Can you use it in a sentence? Girl, give me the definition first. Fuck. Okay, let's do Merriam-Webster because isn't that like the dictionary? The thesaurus website, whatever. Okay, what the hell? Aaron, I'm gonna butcher this. Aaron Gobrog. Oh, it's Irish. Aaron Gabra. Aaron Gabra. Okay, pissed me off. Is an Irish phrase that means Ireland forever. That's fucking boring. I guess it's fitting because it's St. Patrick's Day for me. Oh, sorry guys. Word of the day is kind of a flop. My fault. That's my bad. And that's my bad. We won't do that again. We will for future episodes. I will keep doing that. But today was just was not as fun as Dongle was, I fear. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me today. Come back next Friday where I talk about what am I gonna talk about? What should I talk about? Guys, do you guys have any topics? I do know what I'm talking about next week. I want to talk about friendships. I want to talk about my friends. I want to talk about maybe tell some more stories with my friends. And how meaningful a lot of my friendships have become for me and how much it's helped me in my life. I think that'd be really cool to talk about. Maybe I can get a special guest for next podcast. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna do it all for me today. I hope you guys have a very good weekend. Remember to be kind. Be kind to a stranger. Be kind to your neighbor, and most of all, be kind to yourself, because there's only one you, and that's all you got. Yeah. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you next week. But that does it for me today.